Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. On a Monday. Haven't done one of these in a while. We're going to be talking some Monday Night Raw, folks, because we are on the road to WrestleMania. Now, before I dive into this, folks, I gotta say, I actually enjoyed tonight's Raw. I was leery about doing this, but I'm like, you know what? It's that time of year. They're usually setting up some good feuds. We get maybe some new faces doing some new things. Because last night's Rumble was pretty good. Wasn't perfect. Was not perfect. And I reviewed it. I reviewed it last night. Excuse me. The review is up on the channel. You can watch it on Twitch. You can also catch the audio on the go. Anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast. And then you can choose wherever you want to listen to. You can listen to it right on there, or you can listen to it on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, several others. Just created a channel on Verbal. That's something new. VURBL, I believe it's how it's spelled. It's a new audio format. So wherever you're watching from, much love. Really appreciate it. If you're watching on Twitch, you can cheer bits. You can sub, gift subs. If you're watching on the old YouTube, which we're trying to grow as well, you can smash that like button. You can smash that sub button. You can ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Let's say hello to a few people here before we dive in. Swag Fan, what is up? Terrence Sullivan. My favorite nephew, Paul, what is up? Hope you are well. Haven't talked to you a lot lately. Hope all is good by you. All right. So, and while I'm going through this, let me know if you missed my review last night, but you watched the Rumble. By all means, light up the comments. Let me know what you thought of the Rumble last night, and as well, let me know what you thought of Monday Night Raw tonight as well. But yeah, a lot of things that I've been, here's that word, critical of in the past, they changed up. You know, like the whole timing thing. Timing is such a big thing with Monday Night Raw. They actually started several matches tonight right after a break. They didn't start a match and then go to break. And they've done that for years. I don't know what made them change it tonight, but they changed it. And I really appreciated that, because there is nothing worse than starting a match and not even a minute later, commercial break completely destroys the momentum of the match. I want to see at least 7-8 minutes of a match before you are wrecking it with commercials. So, hey, and they did really good with that tonight, I gotta say. We got a few more people popping in here. Bell's Boy, what is up? Bell's Boy from Cali. Going back to Cali. How's Cali doing tonight? You guys experiencing winter like Wisconsin, or is it still pretty nice in Cali? Terrence Sullivan says Naomi and Lana were fire. Not the team I picked to win tonight, but we'll get into that. All right, so this is the Raw for February 1st. We are already in February. Unbelievable. This year is just flying past us at the speed of light. Royal Rumble Fallout, 68 days till WrestleMania. It's time for those promos. It is time for those promos. Bellboy says, getting over the rain we had this weekend, and it's mudslide season here in SoCal. Oh, yeah. No, we don't want mudslides. Those can be nasty. I hear the drink is much better. Oh, man. Terrence says, I wish we got snow here in Montgomery, Alabama. It's cold enough. It's 28 degrees. Well, greetings from Wisconsin. We will gladly send some your way. We have plenty. I'm sure some good folks in Wisconsin can send down a few truckloads and can, just dump them in your front lawn, and then you can make snow angels or whatever. All right, so we start out here with the champ that was successful last night, Drew McIntyre, cutting a promo and actually put over Goldberg. Nice guy, Drew McIntyre. Do you like nice guy, Drew McIntyre? I don't know. He's a little too nice. But I understand what he's doing. He is the baby face. He's putting over his, the legend that he defeated last night. There were some people, including myself, that were actually rooting for Goldberg by the time the Royal Rumble rolled around. Now, you may look at me, you may laugh, you may scoff. Hell, you may even scorn me. But damn it, I love Goldberg. I am old school. I love me some Goldberg. Now, I know it's for the sake of, I'll repeat what I said. It's I completely went against everything I said a few months ago, leading up to this. I don't want to see him return, or weeks ago, I should say. I don't want to see him return in this position. He shouldn't be going for the championship, but damn it, that dude is still built. He's still jacked. It's unbelievable. Mr. Fretz, what is up? Terrence Sullivan says, I like heel Drew McIntyre. Paul Nelson says, no nice guy. All right. So he's putting over his challenger from last night, and out comes Edge, the winner of last night's Royal Rumble. Bell's Boy says he's glad Drew McIntyre kept his title because Goldberg is past his prime. All right. I hear you. He's not the Goldberg of old. I will say that, but damn, the guy can still looks pretty damn fierce in the ring. I would not want to stand against him. I'm just saying. So this discussion starts between Edge and Drew McIntyre. And he's telling Drew, is like, man, you've got a target on your back. What are you doing? You're congratulating me, all this stuff. I could be the one that's challenging you for your title. What are you doing? You're playing a dangerous game here. Out comes Sheamus. Starts talking smack. Finally, Edge says, "You will know when I make my decision," and he leaves. McIntyre's watching him walk up the ramp, turns around only to receive a brogue kick from his best friend, Sheamus. Why, Sheamus? Why? Saw some people reacting to that online and said, that's the match I want at WrestleMania. I want Sheamus versus McIntyre, not Edge versus McIntyre. Now, apparently, Edge is supposed to appear on SmackDown on Friday. I would much rather see Edge versus Roman, spear versus spear. I mean, it's an easy story to tell. You don't have to do a lot, you know. And we did not see Goldberg tonight, so maybe he will not be around for WrestleMania. Who knows? Who knows? Paul asks, where was Christian tonight? Good question. Good question. Maybe he'll show up on Friday. Who knows? Do people just assume that he's going to follow Edge around till WrestleMania? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think he has a brand yet. He just showed up at the Royal Rumble and kicked ass. Man, I tell you, if Christian shows up on SmackDown and starts messing with is AJ, please forgive me for not remembering, but Styles is on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I would love to see Christian versus Styles. I don't care if it's at WrestleMania, because, man, those two started going at it during the Rumble, man. Oh, that was great. That was so good to see. Reminded me of classic TNA from like 2000. Oh, man. Somebody please refresh my memory. What year was that? Was it 2007? 2008? Ish, somewhere in there. Fred says Christian was he signed a part-time deal and Carlito was offered a backstage role allegedly. Oh, Styles is on Raw. No Styles tonight. Interesting. Well, we'll have to wait and see. They've got a lot of time to set up stuff. That's just me brainstorming, fantasy booking what I'd like to see. We'll see. Fred says 0506. That's what I thought, because that's when they really started bringing an influx of WWE people to, Kurt Angle, around that time, all that stuff. So when they really started to gain some momentum. So, all right. So Sheamus broke kicks McIntyre. Next, we keep the momentum going here. We got Lashley versus Riddle. Now, Riddle wins, but he wins by DQ because Lashley has him in a full Nelson over the ropes. Like Riddle's outside the ropes, Lashley's inside the ropes, and so the ref wants him to break it because it's an illegal hold because he's on the ropes, and he refuses to break it, so he DQs Lashley. And he hurts Riddle so bad that Riddle's pretty much knocked out outside the ring, over the barrier. He comes to and then doesn't even remember what he was doing out there. So that's not good. So I'd like to see this keep going. Hopefully Riddle can get his first title. I like these two together. But man, Lashley really wiped the floor with Riddle. It was crazy. MVP even tried to control Lashley, and he can't control Lashley. He's like, "What are you doing? You beat the guy." It's like he's trying to talk some sense into him, and man. Elijah Washington says, "Hey, JAYBONE, Riddle versus Lashley for the belt in a MMA octagon match in the fight pit." Fight pit? Isn't that an NXT thing? Didn't they just do that on NXT? Oh, man. Well, we'll see. I'd rather see it in a cage or something like that, but we'll see. But anyways, I love cage matches. So next, Bad Bunny rolls up in a Bugatti. Bugatti? I'm not a car guy. What in the blue hell is a Bugatti? Probably something that costs more than I'll ever make in my entire life. So Bad Bunny arrives at Raw. Randy Orton cuts a promo. "You made me look like a fool." We then learn that Orton is going to face Edge headlining tonight. Oof. One last time, they said. One last time. Bell's boy says a Puerto Rican Edsel. Just kidding. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Swag Fan says, "Do you think they're finally working Lashley to a world title?" Ooh. I'd love to see it. He deserves it. He's been around enough. He's certainly a good enough worker. I mean, God, he's eaten shit sandwiches through a good portion of his comeback. And finally, with the Hurt Business, he's gaining some momentum. He's being booked properly. Hopefully, he can keep this going. If Riddle does take the title off of him and Lashley has the momentum of his crew behind him, and hopefully, yeah, I would actually like to see that. Like Lashley versus Roman or anyone, I don't care. You know, we'll see. Oh, Lashley versus McIntyre. You know, I suppose that'd be appropriate given the brand they're on. So, skipping this. Xavier Woods with Kofi versus Mustafa Ali. T-Bar and Slapjack is out there. Xavier Woods gets the win here. Mustafa Ali obviously frustrated. He's very frustrated lately. Very frustrated. Can't get things going with his crew. Having a lot of troubles. Next, we got Bad Bunny in the back hanging out with Damian Priest. Here's your confirmation that Damian Priest is called up to Raw. Quite the call up. Pretty excited about this, not going to lie. I know he did, I keep track of kind of who's doing what in NXT. I just don't watch it a lot. And I know Damian Priest has had some success down in NXT. He was, their North American champion for a while? Good stuff. Mark says, no Taya so far, so good. Yeah. No Taya. No Tessa. Nope. Nothing. So, and this would have been the place to do it because they're on, Morrison's on Raw with Miz. So, yeah. So nothing yet. Nothing yet. We'll see. We'll see. You know, who knows what her future is. So, and speaking of Miz and Morrison, we got Miz TV next, and they introduce Bad Bunny. And they're all excited about this, and so they've got some kind of thing to talk about with Bad Bunny, and they want to cut a record. They want to cut a record with Bad Bunny, and they start dropping some beats and start rapping and stuff, and it's just like, oh my God, you guys, please stop. Please stick to wrestling. You're good at that. Stick to wrestling. And Bad Bunny's like, no, thank you. Just no. 10 pounds of no in a 1 pound bag. Thank you very much. So, Terrence Sullivan, hey, ho. I still love them. I mean, it's corny as shit, but I love them. They're great together. They really are. So yeah, Bad Bunny rejects that, and he's like, but thanks. I actually wanted to introduce you to one of my new friends. You met him last night, and out comes Damian Priest. And I'm thinking, oh dear God, here we go. They're gonna put Bad Bunny and Damian Priest versus Miz and Morrison. They did not do that. So I was thankful for that because, I mean, even though Bad Bunny jumped off the top rope and cross-bodied both Miz and Morrison at the Rumble last night after Damian Priest got rid of them, and I do not want to see. No. You know, you want to make a few bucks and have some people watch while he hangs out with Damian Priest, whatever, maybe cuts another single or whatever live for a pay-per-view. Fine, lovely. Not my cup of tea, but fine. I can live with that. But we get so that goes to break, and because Damian Priest pretty much TKOs Miz, sends Morrison running for the hills, and this is all. Everything I've talked about so far is all in the first hour of Raw. I mean, this show was absolutely loaded. I'm really enjoying it at this point. It's crazy good. I'm digging it. It's not perfect, but I'm digging it. So then we come back from break, and it goes right into Miz versus Damian Priest. Thank you. Perfect way to introduce Damian Priest. Damian Priest gets a win here. Miz doesn't lose any momentum. He is still Money in the Bank briefcase holder. That's not hard, right? It's not hard at all. Eric Travis, what's up? Welcome. Eric says, hey, JAYBONE, what if Randy didn't see Alexa but was in his imagination interesting? And please don't rush the new Bray until Mania, maybe. Yeah, obviously that storyline is still going between Bray and Randy. Kind of wish it wasn't, but hey, whatever. They're telling a story. It's long term. What are you gonna do? I like what they're doing with Alexa Bliss, though. The whole mysteriousness, that ending was just nasty. It's so nasty. Somebody throw some holy water on Alexa Bliss like 5 minutes ago, please. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Mr. Frets with the big question here. JAYBONE, Miz cashes in at Mania, yes or nah? I say yes. I say yes. That or the Monday night after WrestleMania. Absolutely. Great time to do it. So Damian Priest with the win here. Welcome to Raw. Damian Priest. This guy is a freaking star. He looks like $1 million, super athletic, decent moveset. And yeah. Haven't heard like promo stuff. Like I've heard a little here and there in the past, but I don't remember how it was. I imagine it's similar to Roman, dark, mysterious, but keep it simple. You know, put him in a setting that's dark and mysterious, I guess. And it'll work. It'll work. RK, welcome. Good to see you. Saw some of his work in Ring of Honor previously. Yeah, I liked him back then. Thought he was a star. He did not last long there. And I meant that as a compliment. He got scooped up quick. All right, so next we got the Raw Tag Team title match. Lucha House Party versus the Hurt Biz. Hurt Biz defending their titles. Lucha House Party consisting of Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. Whatever happened to Kalisto? Like he came back and now he's gone again. I don't know what's going on with him. Just curious because I know I've missed the last couple months, whatever, several months, whatever it was. Just curious. I know they weren't getting along, and I don't know if they kicked Kalisto out or something because of bad blood or something. I don't know. Somebody fill me in on that. Hurt Biz retains successfully. Speaking of bad blood, there seems to be a little bad blood. Say that 10 times really fast. There seems to be a little bad blood between Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander, from my last recollection of him, was getting some wins. Maybe he started getting a little cocky. A little too cocky. Wanted to finish this one off. Shelton Benjamin obviously had other plans. Tagged himself in. Hit the man with some pay dirt. And got the win. Kalisto's on SmackDown, says Mr. Frets. Ah, gotcha. Mark says Kalisto is busy taking Flex division picks with Sasha. Oh my goodness. What does her husband think about that? Paul asks, how would the house party do in Impact, Uncle? Probably pretty damn good. Probably pretty good. I mean, they're tremendous athletes. They really are. They're great. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're not my favorites, but, they're not boring. I'll say that. I imagine when they're done with WWE, they're going to go their separate ways. That's my guess. We'll see. Who knows how long they'll stick around? Who knows? Because they're kind of like one of those teams is you can just kind of throw them against anyone, anytime, any place, Not everybody can do that. So, little Little dissension in the ranks between Benjamin and Alexander. MVP gets between them, squashes it. It's like, look, you guys are champs. There's no beef here. You guys are champs. What are you doing? Once again, trying to control his team, the Hurt Biz seems to be in a little bit of trouble. We got the number one contenders match for the women's tag team titles on Raw here. Actually, that's a multi-brand title. Excuse me. We've got Charlotte and Asuka, who lost their title. Lana and Naomi. The returning of Lana and Naomi last night at the Royal Rumble. Great to see. And my favorite women's tag team right now, in WWE that is, Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And they actually have matching gear now. And that's that blue. And you know how JAYBONE feels about the blue. JAYBONE is very fond of the blue. When they came down that ramp tonight, I was like, oh my goodness, it's my pick. They are so my pick. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke are absolutely winning this number one contenders match. No, unfortunately, they did not. But I was rooting for them. I was hoping. I was crossing my fingers and my toes and the hairs inside my nose. Don't ask. Just go with it. Styles, what is up, brother? So, but yeah, decent tag team match. Back and forth. Anybody could have won this one. Obviously, the favor goes to Charlotte and Asuka. You know, they want that title back. They want their revenge. Styles says he's figured he'd come in and spread some love around. Well, thank you, Styles. Just be careful. Love you, bro. So, and then Ric Flair comes out again with Lacey Evans, distracts Charlotte Flair. This is one thing I cannot wrap my head around. Not a fan of. And I said this before I took my little break from, watching Raw and SmackDown and stuff. We do not need Ric Flair out there. We do not need him. Have him do something else. Have him do a little writing, something. Send it in. We do not need him on TV. God bless him. Legend. One of the best. If not the best. According to some. I do not need him on my TV, though. It's just, no. It's like putting Vince out there. No, just don't put Vince out there no more. He barely has a voice anymore. No, stop. Just stop. God bless him, but stop. Lacey Evans does not need Ric Flair. I don't know what she needs, but she does not need Ric Flair. There are better ways to build this feud. I don't know what, but there are better ways to build this feud. I wonder what Ric Flair's wife thinks about this. I wonder what Lacey Evans' husband thinks about this. But anyways, storyline. We know there's nothing going on. Although, you know what? This is Ric Flair we're talking about. Anyways. So Lana and Naomi get the win here. Everybody gets their stuff in. Decent match. Everybody shined a little, got their stuff in. So when is Lana and Naomi going to get their title shot? Kind of an odd pair. But hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I want to see Lana go from like the glittery stuff that she wears, the shiny stuff, and I want her to go like full glow. Like full neon everything. That'd be me. That's what I want to see her do. Then, you know, because I mean, if they're going to be a tag team, they got to look like Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke do. You know, they look like a tag team. You know, Charlotte and Asuka do not look like a tag team at all. Odd couple, totally. You know. Next, McIntyre's cutting the promo at Sheamus. Says, if you want the match, you got it. Wow. Just accepting it. But he's upset by this. It's his best friend, 20 plus years. One of his brothers in the business and outside of the business. They came up in the business together. And now this. So is this the match that everyone wants to see for WrestleMania? Light up the comments. Let me know. I'm not lying. I think this would be a damn good match. They could drag this out till Mania pretty easily. You know, every few weeks, touch on it, have Sheamus mess with McIntyre, whatever. It's possible. Maybe do some kind of quick DQ match at another because there's two more pay-per-views? There's Fastlane and Elimination Chamber. I know I'm screwing up the order of that one, I think. I think Elimination Chamber is first, and then Fastlane is right before Mania, I think. So, and some people really want to see Edge versus Drew McIntyre. That's just not the match I want to see. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys want to see. Who do you want to see Drew McIntyre face at Mania? So who knows when this match is going to happen? Could happen next week. Who knows? We'll have to see. Mark says, give us more Lana. Obviously a fan of Lana. All right. Gotcha. RK says, it's funny how Ric Flair looks back somewhat negatively on what he did in TNA previously. However, what he did in TNA was much better. Yeah, he did all sorts of stuff in TNA. I mean, he represented a different group. That the Fortune, that was good. His feud with Jay Lethal, it's always talked about amongst old TNA fans. So yeah, he did some good stuff. Good stuff. I wasn't upset about his TNA run because I know it was like right after he retired in his match with Shawn Michaels. And so yeah. Thanks for the bits, Zach. Keep it up. Thank you. All right, what's next here? Here we go. Another return. We saw him last night. Did pretty good. I didn't have like anything like tremendous to say about it. You know, when you're watching the Rumble, stuff kind of gets lost in the mix. But he looks great. And I don't know what they're all doing with him. But his reception, from what I heard, I even put something out on Instagram tonight on the old Smash This Podcast Instagram. Picture of Carlito coming down to the ring. The man looks tremendous. Almost 250 pounds. My God. Quite the body guy. Jeff Hardy and Carlito. What year is this again? Versus Elias and Jackson Riker. man, I love Elias. I've said this before. To me, he reminds me of a throwback. You know, classic gimmick, decent wrestler, great on the mic. Man, it seems like last few months he's been in a bit of a slump. I don't blame Jackson Riker. They're just trying to put him somewhere. And I understand Jackson Riker might have said some stupid shit on Twitter. Man, if if we pointed the finger at everybody that said stupid shit on Twitter, nobody would have any friends on Twitter. We've all said stupid shit. But anyways, so Jackson Riker's with Elias, and that they actually, I mean, on paper, you look at this and you're like, well, Elias and Jackson Riker got to win. They've been tagging for a while now. They've been a team. Carlito just came back. What kind of chemistry is he going to have with Jeff Hardy? They pulled off the win here. They pulled off the win. That backstabber from Carlito, man, just classic. Just classic. Critical Sting. I told you 2007 was hitting differently. Paul Nelson says, is Jackson Gunner? Yes, that is the former gunner of TNA, Impact, whatever it was back when he was in there. Yep. Same guy. He's not in that tag team anymore that he was in. Critical Sting says, I just want to know how Riker could walk straight in those skinny jeans. Yeah, I don't understand why guys wear skinny jeans. I'm old school, I guess. I don't get it. You cut them off in their capris. I just don't get it. But anyways. So yeah, let me know your thoughts of Carlito being back. I would rather see him in the ring than backstage, because obviously we're not going to see him backstage. You know. Vince loves body guys. Well, he's a body guy. And Carlito's reception has been tremendous. Just, hell, give me your contract. See what he does. Put over the young guys, whatever. And not stink up the joint. You know, and I've said that about anyone and everyone. As long as they're talented and don't stink up the joint. Now, nobody's perfect. We've had some hiccups from some veterans coming back. But, you know, guys like Shelton Benjamin working with Cedric Alexander. That's a perfect example of a veteran working with the younger guy. Helps putting them over, you know, and everyone looks good. Perfect example. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe Carlito will even work with his brothers again if they bring them back. I think they were let go. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember what happened to them. I don't think they've been around for a while. I think they actually were down in I think the Colognes were down in Puerto Rico. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what's going on. Bell's Boy says, Carlito looks like he did 11 years ago. I tell you what, he looks 10 times better. He really does. He looks like $1 million. I mean, the guy is jacked. Totally. Carlito coming back is cool. Hell yeah, it's cool. Critical Sting says, Carlito, Edge, Orton, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Morrison, Miz, Ric Flair, Jeff Hardy. Feels like somebody took the roster from the SmackDown versus Raw games. Oh, I love those games. Absolutely loved them. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, what's next here? So yeah, Hardy and Carlito come off with the win. We'll see what's next for Carlito. We get a Orton Edge promo talking about their past leading up to the main event here tonight. Please forgive Oreo. She's losing her mind on the other side of the door. Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross. Hopefully this is for the last time too. This was just crazy. Alexa Bliss transforming from the Fiend Bliss back to the old school looking Alexa Bliss and really getting inside the head of Nikki Cross during this match. How did they do that? How did they do that? Crazy. This was good. I mean, this is really focusing on Alexa Bliss's character. Evil, childlike, goofy, yet violent. So yeah, she takes out Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is, man, this is a tough loss for Nikki Cross because she really went into Royal Rumble just upset at everything that's been going on. She's been frustrated. And now she lost to Alexa Bliss. We'll have to see what's next. Well, we know what's next for Alexa Bliss after this win. She appears in the main event between Randy Orton and Edge. Wow, what a main event. See, this is the match that I wanted to see at WrestleMania last year. I didn't want to see some 45-minute long, drawn out, dear God, when's it going to end match? Hey, don't get me wrong. Love Randy. So happy that Edge is back. Don't get me wrong. Love Edge, okay? Just not the match I wanted to see from those two last year. This, perfect. Can't complain about it one bit. In fact, I wanted to see just a little bit more. But they gave it 15 minutes with a commercial break, which was fine. I was okay with that. It was one of the few matches that was actually broken up with a commercial break. Styles says, was this Raw pre-taped? Well, obviously portions are. But like the stuff with Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, that's pre-taped. They could, just play that during the live feed or however they do that. I don't know. But maybe some of it, maybe more of it was pre-taped than we know. I don't know. Considering how the way things are right now, who knows? But yeah, a good match between Randy Orton versus Edge. Alexa Bliss appears just as Edge looks like he's about done. She's sitting on the top turnbuckle. Randy turns around, sees her. She's got this purple light on her, highlighting her in the corner. She's looking all innocent, and then they zoom in on her. And during the close-up, she starts having black slime, some kind of black fluid pouring, dripping out of her mouth. And she's smiling while it's flowing out of her face. And it's like, oh my God, this is the stuff that nightmares are made out of. Randy turns around, spear from Edge. 1, 2, 3. And that's how this Raw ends. So this is the last time that these two face. And this was just a nice match between the two. A little bit of action outside, a little bit of inside, and just a good mix between both. So, I mean, overall, I was really happy with this Raw. This Raw flowed like I haven't seen a Raw flow in a long time. I hope they keep this formula up. I really do. If they do, it's going to make watching these 3-hour Raws a lot easier. I mean, it really felt like a long show to get through, but it was loaded with decent stuff. Was it perfect? No, but no shows are perfect. But I really enjoyed this one. It makes me feel good about doing these again, especially on the road to WrestleMania. So let me know your thoughts. Look at it, we got through 3 hours of Raw in less than an hour. My God, it's crazy. I even got time to, review Bad Bunny's last single. Yeah, no, maybe we'll skip that. Let's jump in the chat here real quick before we get out of here. Mark says they need to find something to do with Nikki Cross. She's too good to not have her own storyline. Yeah, I agree. She is very talented. I mean, she was in the group. Eric Young's group. I can't think of what the hell it was called. She was in that for a while. That was going good. And, but yeah, she's been with this Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss thing for just way too long now. Sanity. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It was right on the tip of my tongue. I could picture them all. I just couldn't think of the word. Thank you. So, all right. Bell's boy. That's asking too much, J-Bone, but I hope you're right. Yeah. So yeah, let me know your thoughts if you watched this. If you didn't watch it, if it was hey, it's Monday night, J-Bone's watching Raw for us, so we don't have to, right, Mark? Surprised nobody had said that. It's been a while. Somebody will say it. But anyways, so yeah, thanks for joining me with this. I'm excited. We're on the road to WrestleMania. 68 days to go till WrestleMania. And it actually makes me excited to watch SmackDown and see what Edge is going to do on there. And I can't wait to see Bianca Belair on there as well. I was really hoping that she'd show up tonight and do something with Asuka, give a little tease, something. But I think it's becoming more and more obvious what she's going to be doing at WrestleMania, and that's going to be Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Shut up and take my money. So, that being said, tomorrow night, jump back over to Total Nonstop Impact. John Burton is going to be joining us again at the top of the show for the review. And before that, of course, as always, Bill and I for the watch along of Impact Wrestling over on the Twitch. Not internationally blocked. No, everybody can watch and react along to what's all happening on Impact Wrestling right along with us. Should be a great show. So yeah, join us tomorrow night on TNI's Twitch, YouTube for the review. And yeah, can't wait. And then I'll be back here on Wednesday night solo. No Basil. We'll get into that later. No Basil. He's going to be busy that night. So, but we've got the big spring, what is it? Spring break, whatever the hell it's called. Summer break. I forget. It's a long day. I'm tired. Big AEW special, big matches lined up for that for Wednesday night. AEW Dynamite. Throwback back on TNI on Thursday. SmackDown on Friday. It's a loaded week for the Bone, folks. Stay tuned. And if you're following along on audio, thank you so much. There's starting to get more and more people joining in. The numbers are slowly growing. I see on anchor.fm/smash this podcast and get your Bone on the go. Get all your audio there. You can listen on audio, Apple, Google, and several others. Also made an account on a brand new audio format called Verbal, VURBL, I believe is how you spell it. It's different. So, yeah, catch the audio all over the place. Let's get those numbers up. So, Zach Bonner for 6 more weeks of winter. Psh, we get 3 weeks of summer, of course. So. Up in Wisconsin, this is a frozen tundra. Last year we got 9 months of winter? My God. Anyways, let's get out of here. Thanks for joining. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow night over on Total Nonstop Impact. On your way out, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Good night, folks. Much love.